Autumn's a beautiful time of the year, folks. You get to enjoy some of the beautiful autumn colours from the trees as they change through. And you can see here we're looking at some silver birch. Now, we've had a bit of a issue with some of these birches. This one in particular, for example, in this cluster, or this little forest that we have, has dried off. Have a look at it. Look how brittle that is. It just breaks away. Now, it's trying to sport up again, which is basically put on new growth. But yeah, I may give it a go. I may prune off the rest of it and see if I can rejuvenate that one there. Problem is they're very shallow rooted and they need their moisture, constant moisture. They don't want to be in wet feet, but they don't want to dry out for too long a period. And we've also got a lot of competition going on below it. Now, this was a garden bed, believe it or not. You can see some of the jonquils and other bulbs coming up. And it was mulched, but the capeweed was taken over. So what we decided to do is allow the buffalo and the some of the cooch and even kikuyu grass to come through this and grow through. So we're actually growing it to the point, if you can hear that in the background, that's my wife telling the dogs to get out of the garden bed. Now, what we're doing here is trying to let the grass grow through and smother the capeweed. Now, if you've got capeweed, it's quite easy to control by top dressing the area with mulch or soil. And in this case, what we've put is a very light layer of soil, and have a look at the grass. It's growing through. There is capeweed over here, and it will push its way through over the grass and smother it if you don't keep it low, mowed down low. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut all that back down and let this grass come through. We've also got a bit of a stinging nettle coming through here too. But anyway, come over this way and have a look at this area. This is another forest of birches that have given up the ghost. Now, we're going to be pulling all these ones out, unfortunately. We've got two half decent ones, but really I'm going to change these and put some maples in there. I'm going to put a coral bark maple and Atripurpureum, which is a purple leaf maple. You know, they're beautiful colours, vibrant different leaves and bark on the tree. So this will be a little cluster of maples. And down over there where we showed you a couple of days ago me planting my citrus, so these were all silver birches. I love birches, but not 50 of them, so we got rid of this garden bed. I was going to put some fruiting varieties like deciduous trees, because we got a dwarf nectarine and a cherry. This is dead. This has gone to heaven as well. So how sad that is. And don't blame me, they just did curl over on us literally overnight. Don't know exactly what happened, but they're gone. So this bed now, we've got olive trees. Yeah. So we've got a cluster of olive trees here. I think there's about 10 in this section here. These are all UC13A6. If you want a big olive, like a Kalamata but round, it's like a golf ball, UC13A6 is my preference. That's what I've got here. So this is an eating table olive, grey water system, and it's mulched. We've got our compost, our black grits, we've put our EcoBoost liquid gold, and this one here needs a top dress of mulch, but we planted it on a bed of mulch. And what we're doing is raising this bed. We're digging up the soil and the grass from the veggie garden where you saw us doing the moat, creating that little moat, so like a little river around the veggie garden, and we're dumping the soil here, and then we're going to roll some couch grass over the top, so this becomes garden lawn area. Birches are good there, and my very, very delightful little citrus, you can call it a grove. This part here I love. It's really come up well. When you got the sort of mid-afternoon sun shining over there, because that's north that direction, and you stand over here and you see the sun shining through the trees. You know, there's 10 citrus trees here. We're going to be planting about 100 or 200 of them overall on the property. But here's a cluster of 10 trees, one of each variety that I like, lemon, lime, orange, mandarin. And it's just going to be delightful. It's really warm here. It's well protected because they don't like the high winds, and I think they'll do really well. But to grow your citrus, folks, as usual, you need good quality compost manure, black grit, liquid gold, EcoBoost, and your bark or mulch on top. And at the end of the day, you can see I've got irrigation down on the ground as well. So we're not going to allow them to dry out, and you don't want to keep them in wet feet either. So look after your garden and keep it real, keep it organic, so you and your family and friends can enjoy it. From me, Vasily, Maresi.